we are in a setting that we felt was very Y appropriate. We boated out here in the middle of the Pennsylvania Susquehanna River and got the Y Series burning. So can you talk a little about kind of little things about the Y Series that you built into it the consumer might not, realize are in there, but a lot of thought went into this fire pit and a lot of hours for you. So what are some of those things?
So the legs are actually at a 3-degree angle, which adds a nice stance to the fire pit, but also increases the stability when it's in the cook height setting and in the burn setting. It increases our width dramatically.
It's like the tripod effect, right?
Yeah,
where it's
exactly.
like
the tripod.
That's what I like to call it, tripod effect.
And also with the feet on the legs, they have precise bends on them, so it creates a pretty much smooth foot, so it's easily slid across decking or truck bed surfaces, doesn't scratch.
Like when it's in
mar.
stow and you're shoving it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then on the bottom of the outside wall, underneath the flame pattern, we actually kind of developed a new process to roll that outside edge so it's not sharp, doesn't scratch anything, scratch your leg, and it increases the strength of the bottom of the pit tenfold. The whole pit is entirely stainless steel. The spring ball pins that lock the legs, super strong. I don't know if you've seen the 2,000 pounds of wood we put on top of it. They're built to last and be very, very stable. That's a completely custom element sourced in the USA by a great partner in Michigan.
The spring balls.
The spring balls.
Yeah. Sweet. And then, on the handle, you included some extra fun stuff.
There is an included Easter egg bottle opener that's in the shape of a Breeo fire pit. It's a nice little addition. And then another kind of hidden addition is a pretty key piece of technology is the included air cone that is hidden underneath the lip of the inside of the top lid. And that really focuses the heat, increases our secondary burn and our smokelessness. So it's a very awesome feature.
Sweet.
That's really new to this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to see that, but you can see the effect of it with the reburn around the top. So then from a cooking perspective, obviously we wanted to build in compatibility with the Outpost, which you're able to do pretty much the same connecting point as the X Series.
Yep.
Runs with the Outpost 19, grill, griddle, kettle hook, all that stuff.
Sear plate.
Yeah, sear plate, yeah. The other question people are probably interested in is, this fire pit is portable, but it's not a tiny little camp stove, right? And we talked about that from our very first conversation. So you want to walk us through why it's 17.5 inches inside, 31 pounds, what's kind of the reason behind it being this scale?
Yeah. Well, at Breeo we make fire pits, not toys. We wanted to make it be able to burn cordwood and keep a lot of people warm at the tailgate, in the backyard, out in the wilderness, wherever you're taking it. It was super important that while keeping it portable, it is 31 pounds, but it is a fire pit. And you're not gonna feel like it's a small little thing that is something that you fit in your backpack, because that's not what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's a mean burning fire machine.
Yeah. And the one way I think about it too, from the use case of like, what trips would I take this on, and what trips wouldn't I take it on? It's sort of like a big cooler, big rotomolded cooler, heavy duty, full of drinks. You're not going to put that in your backpack. You're probably not going to put that in the float plane. You might put it in the canoe. You're definitely taking it to the beach. You're definitely taking it to the campground. You're definitely taking it tailgating. And that's sort of why I see where the Y Series sits, is that it's a big fire pit, keeps a lot of people warm, fits standard size cordwood. You don't have to have like special small wood or use forage twigs. It burns forage wood great, but you don't have to have it. And then just that, it has that presence, but it's still...
it's that perfect middle ground between
exactly
an extra large fire pit and something that's way too small that is insufficient, doesn't burn well. This you put logs in, it'll burn for a long time, keep everyone really happy and warm because of our airflow system.
Exactly.
It's very efficient.
And there's so much flame coming up above the rim that even though it's a smaller footprint of a fire pit, you're amazed how many people can stand around it and stay warm because it puts off so much heat and so much light. Yeah, I mean, and I think that was sort of when we first talked, the vision for, scale, because we can make this effectively whatever size we would want to. We were very aligned from the beginning of like, this is not a toy, this is not a gimmick or a gadget or something that, collapses into a little bag and goes into your backpack. Products that are awesome, but the use case for the Y Series is, a big, tough fire pit.
And we want to keep it compatible with the Outpost grill.
Outpost 19, all that stuff.
You can still cook 20 hamburgers on it.
Exactly, yep. And then as far as the bag, which we have sitting here, you want to talk a little about that?
Sure. So from the portability aspect, we wanted to create a bag that was just as great as the fire pit itself. The construction of the bag is built to last. We have a top and bottom structure that is a durable rubberized vinyl, textured, so it's non-skid. Our Breeo D-rings are on the outside. They also double as a secret bottle opener. They work great. Our handle actually protrudes through the bag, which is a unique feature, so it allows you to carry on the go using the actual fire pit handle that is still self-balancing, ergonomic, and very strong. We also include an additional side handles for team carry, strapping, everything else you need to do. We have D-loops on the outsides all the way around the pit also, or the fire bag. That gives it nice accessibility and other options for strapping down when you're on the move on a car. The bag also doubles and is great for keeping ash out of your car, out of your boat, out of your house, and is easily cleanable. It's all 100% vinyl on the inside. It's a really great attachment, but it's not flame proof.
Right.
So always keep your
Make sure the fire pit's cold.
Before you put it in.
Sweet. So then as you were kind of, I feel like, whenever I've been working on a new fire pit at Breeo, it's almost like the fire pit starts to take on a personality, or really any product we worked on, but really our fire pits are kind of our core. I've found in the past that when I'm working on a fire pit project, a new fire pit, like with the X Series in 2019, it almost takes on a personality of its own, and it's almost like I start to have a relationship, in a sense, with the product. I guess, did you find that as you work with the Y Series, and if it has a personality, in your mind, with how you've interacted with it, what would it be?
It was an adventure from the start, and it's still an adventure. It, from the beginning, was a clear vision that we wanted to accomplish, and there was ups and downs and lefts and rights, but here we are today. And we kind of set that goal. We want to do something different that's never really been done in this market before, and keep pushing what we could do internally and make a product that's super exciting and people can take wherever they want to go.
I think it's awesome. I'm a huge fan of where we ended up, and it's pretty exciting because often what I've found is when I go to a new project with a list of feature list of what I want to come out the other side and actually bring to market, normally you can't bring everything with you. With the Y Series, there's not really anything on my list that didn't make it. We have the tri-fuel, deck safe, cooking compatible, portable, all of these, new things, most of which have never been done in the marketplace. There's never been a smokeless fire pit that's natively deck safe. It doesn't require an attachment. There's never been one that's height adjustable. There's never been one that's tri-fuel. So those are all new to the category. And we were able to get all of them into the Y Series, which is very exciting. And I agree with this as far as like, what my experience was from like, what's the personality of this? It's adventure based. If you watch the hero video that the team put together when we launched the Y Series, you feel that emotion coming through of it. Just this product wants to go with you, right? It doesn't want to be fenced in. And I think it's a great, brother or sister to the X Series, because the X Series is that homebody, right? It anchors the backyard. It gathers people around. It's the center, in the backyard. It doesn't have to move. It's a permanent fixture in the backyard. Whereas the Y Series is it's brother or sister that's going to go with you. And when you want to go to the beach, to the cottage, to the friend's house, to the camping trip, it's going to come along. And it just, even from the arc of Breeo and our history and what we've been up to and what we enjoy doing, such as what we're doing right now, it really kind of closes the full loop of the story, because we have now, all of our backyards are anchored with the X Series, and we have the Y Series to go with us on the road. Well, this has been great. It's been fun to kind of reminisce on why we made the Y, how we made the Y, where we ended up. And for me, what I'm most excited to see is, what are people not named Chris and John going to be doing with the Y? Because we've been able to play with this thing for months now, and we've been taking it on our own adventures. But now that the public's going to have access, our customers, they're going to take it and do things that we've never done. That's for sure. So that's what I'm excited about. But I guess as we kind of finish this process and see our little baby bird take wings and fly into the marketplace, what are kind of your thoughts as we wrap it up?
Yeah, it's going to be great to see where it goes. I can't wait to see the pictures of the crazy places people take it. It's going to travel probably around the world.
I imagine that it will. Fire it up.